Hey, I wanted to start off. I was going to do this last night, but I was whooped. And then a girlfriend of mine that was helping me in the house, her daughter called and we were FaceTiming. She was like, "Whoa, Amy, you look rough." So, as a girl, I was like, okay, I'll wait till I get rested and cover the dark circles under my eyes, and I'll make this tomorrow. So, one more kudos to Joanna Gaines, because I don't know how she manages to always look so fantastic when she is doing her little house flipping show, and they're in Texas, which is super hot. Anyway, so the first thing I really wanted to say was that we used to always joke around and say that Lucky was my superpower. And then is it the Avengers? I'll feel bad if I'm wrong. Deadpool came out, and the one girl, her superpower was Lucky. And they used to have this argument all the time. Lucky is not a superpower. Yes, Lucky is a superpower. And so then I had to laugh, because I always had said, Lucky is my superpower. And people that knew me agreed. Well, I would prefer to call that blessed, or faith, having faith. And faith like a child. And so life started happening, and it really felt that my luck had run out. And then some really awful things started happening, and it definitely felt like my luck had run out. And anyone that's been through trauma or abuse, one of the things that happens, some people become extremely overly independent, OCD, things like that. And some of us develop this really impossible ability to ask for help, whether it's because of judgment, whether it's because of embarrassment, whether it's because of lack of confidence, shame, guilt, feeling not worthy, any of those things. So it's extremely difficult for me to ask for help. So all of this is to start saying that in this last year, God has really been asking me, Amy, do you trust me? Do you really trust me? How much do you trust me? And I've been learning so much about faith, and having childlike faith, and keeping a hold of that faith and not doubting anything. So some of the things that have been happening. So during COVID, I lost my job. I lost my job at the end of, when all those nice checks were coming in for people that had been laid off or whatever. So I lost my job. And then I'm going to say the first wonderful, happy circumstances that happened was that, through a friend of a friend, heard that something might, and then I ended up with this amazing new job. Now, granted, I went without a job for several months, and so life, gets even more difficult as a single mom who now has 2 daughters in college, and I have this house behind me, which is what I'm going to be talking about, my nice little house here, just me and the dogs. And then I have a friend that stays here now, because that way at least I'm not alone, and she's got some wonderful things happening in her life, so she's getting ready to move on. So anyway, I fell into this wonderful job that is like my dream job. But it's there are things that it's difficult to make it on just this particular job. Along with that, hey, I'm standing out in the neighborhood. So along with that, all these other things start happening. So my hot water tank. No, first it was the furnace. So my furnace dies. I'm tears, because furnaces are expensive, and just happened to end up with a person who helps me out, has a friend. He has a bunch of rentals, so he has the guy that he does all his work on his rentals. So he just helped me out. Amazing. So first answer to prayer. And then I'm going to show you this. Let's see, I got to go this way so you can see the long line of dirt. And then I have this happen. And I walk out one night, and all of a sudden there's all this water gurgling up in my yard. So of course I'm freaking out, I'm panicking, I'm crying, oh my goodness, what's happening here? And a friend of a friend whose son has a business, I wish I could remember the name of their business so I could give him a shout out right now, I'll put it in the comments later. He comes and he looks at it, and he and his friends kind of come after work and help me out, because there's no way these things cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And so, again, answer to prayer. And, even in our freakouts, God's will, you know, supply our needs. So then the next thing that happens is my hot water tank, poof, goes out. And so again, I'm in a panic, and I'm, you know, crying, and I'm praying, and, you know, God just, I'm sitting at work, and a person who usually would be confrontational and, you know, is one of those people that just has kind of some chaos and drama. They happened to get to call me that day, and you know what's going on. I'm like, you know what? I can't focus on anything else right now. This is going on. And so he just picked up, and he was like, you know what? I'll help you out. And he absolutely helped me from get to go with the whole thing, and even went with me to pick it up. And there's so much more to this story and all the things that went wrong, but he really came through and helped me from the very beginning to the very end and put it all in for me. And so it was wonderful. So I can't believe I'm going to take you all in here, but I am going to do this. So the next thing is, I realized that it is time for me to do something. I need to, you know, get going on, and God is telling me it's time, Amy, it's time. Do you trust me? You need to forget the past. You need to press on to the future, and you need to see things that are happening. And I'm like, you know what, God, I know you're telling me that it's time, and I need to get out of this house. It's too much for me. I can't handle this. I mean, look at all the things that have happened. But now I have I have new everything. But because my life had become such a wreck, and who knew this was going to happen? I had gone through some really horrible trauma for several years. And when that happens, the things around you fall apart as well as the things inside of you. And I had a dream one night, and like I was sleeping, and absolutely everything flooded out of my house. And there's no way you can never say no way, but I don't live near water. And just all this water came gushing through and washed, you know, when the tide goes back out, it washed everything out with it. And then it was just like clean and empty and new. And I really felt like that was God confirming for me that is part of my process through the years of PTSD counseling that I've been through, and all the efforts that I have made in healing myself, and trying to inspire other women and children who have been abused or been through trauma. That this was part of my new beginning, that this was part of my learning to trust God again, that this was part of my developing great faith and belief. And so here we are inside my house, and I mentioned outside that asking for help was so difficult. And I prayed one night, I'm like, I am crying. I'm like, I need help. I need help. And I had some friends over the following day, actually, and I'm showing them around and some things that I would like to get done, and all the stuff that needs to be done before I could even put my house up for sale, and that I really want to sell my house. And my girlfriends were just like, girl, we got this. What are you worried about? Why are you tearing up? What is the matter? What are you panicked about? What are you worried for? And they have been my friends since I have lived in this place, almost. I mean, I've been here, I think it'll be 11 years this summer, and they've been my friends for probably 8 years. So, and they're like, girl, we got this. So my girlfriends and the one husband, and they've been coming in, and we have been ripping and tearing. And when I say ripping and tearing, we have been ripping and tearing. And that's why I do not look as nice as Joanna Gaines when she rips and tears, but we are getting there. And yesterday I had some moments of panic, and started worrying a little bit, but then, you know, just was doing some reading and stuff last night, and God just promised me again that it's in his hands, and I need to quit worrying, that he's taking care of my needs for today, and I need to just keep going one day at a time, one step at a time, to have faith, to believe, and to keep doing the things that he's asking me to do. You can see right here, my door's torn up. But here we go. I am going to show you guys this, and it's crazy, and I got to back up because I don't know how to turn the camera around. But here's all the stuff laying in the floor, because we're tearing things apart. And then, you know, we start going up the stairs, and I've been doing the kills. We've got everything torn off the stairs. We did get things painted, so that looks nice. We have a nice fresh new coat of paint on most of it. And we get in my bathroom. I guess I gotta keep backing up, don't I? kind of hard to do this and back up. Oh yeah, I have just a curtain, listen, but I have my bathroom looks lovely. If you would have seen the disaster that was and heard the story that goes behind this, you would just be amazed at how gorgeous it looks now. And you'd be like, oh my goodness, Amy, how did you get all that? Because oh, what a story. We'll save that for another day though. Disaster, but we tore this all out, throwing things out the window. Oh my gosh, and we've had fun while we were doing it. There's more garbage and my light that's getting ready to go up above the sink. I don't know if I can get this up here. Yeah, there we go. So new light will go up there. Yeah, and I've been like, I can't put things away. Everything's out on the counter. It's craziness. But here we go. And into my room. Ooh, I'm tripping on the big garbage. Look at how beautiful this is. If you could have seen what this was like. Look at this, the flooring and everything. It looks so fantastic. I mean, it's just, all to say, I asked God, I told him I needed help. And it was there. And it was there in our moments of need when we are desperate. And if we believe and if we stay connected to God and we trust him and have faith and have childlike faith, he will come through. And I know walking you through this disaster of a house that's getting redone and it looks so amazing. Here's another room. This is a room I had my little freak out in yesterday. Let's see if I can get you in here. Tools. We've got tools on the floor. And then where I'm tearing the floor out. And I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much to be done yet. And I really want to have it able to be listed soon. And then we found out I'm going to run out of flooring and I need 5 doors. And I had this moment of just like, oh my goodness gracious, what am I going to do? And then after everybody left last night and I sat down and I was, just spending some time in prayer and reading and man, the comfort that comes over you soul when you just know. I just know my God is going to take care of me. And this is such a wonderful house. This is just, there's 2 more stories. It goes down and then it goes down again. And so way, way, way too much for me and my dogs. And, it is a great home and I can't wait for another family to be in it and to make wonderful, wonderful memories. It's been a place of great memories for me and also great tragedies. And abuse for me, also great growth and learning, and I guess those are more stories for other days. The end of the story is that I know, even though I may have moments where Satan creeps into my little brain and says, Amy, you're never going to get this done, and it's never going to be ready, and it's not going to sell, or you can't do this, or whatever it is, whatever it is, that Satan tries to creep in and tell me or tell us, we are more than conquerors. And I can get Satan like that. He is nothing. He's nothing. God has given me authority over my life, over my world, and my God has already trampled out Satan. And so I have nothing to worry about, and I am learning and growing in my faith, in my ability to pray, and my ability to ask my God for help. He already knows. And in the ability to believe and to look and to notice when help is on the way, when help is right here in front of me, and who God puts in our lives, and circumstances that God puts in our lives in order to help us and to get us through the day and to get us through our lives. And I wanted to share this. I think the reason was because God wants everyone that's my friend and walking along with me to come along in my journey of miracles and my journey of faith, because the things that I said that had gone so wrong this last year, and how miraculously God just plopped help right down in my lap. And some of these people probably don't even realize what they've done to help me and how much they meant to me. And I think, yeah, even though things are a mess right now and ripping and tearing and torn apart and coming back together and a new beginning and a whole lot of miracles and a whole lot of great things happening, I think that, I just want you guys to come along and to watch how God can work in our lives, and he can take the biggest disasters and the worst things and make miracles out of them. Have a great day. See ya.